What does it really mean to stay an artist when everything around you is telling you to quit? Tension, identity, survival. Let's get into it. I'm going to cover a conversation I had with Travis Ferris, an actor, a friend of mine, who's also a rancher, cowboy, but a great artist, great actor. And we talked about the challenges of being an artist, being an actor in this case for him. And, continuously working on your craft, continuously trying to get everything that you need to do and trying to get that audition, etc. Now we get into this whole world of auditioning and the whole world of being an actor and the whole world being an artist. Times have changed quite a bit since COVID, drastically. I noticed that there's a lot of social media flying everywhere. Everybody and their mother is on social media now talking about, I guess, their life. It's pretty surreal, to be honest with you, to be able to digest everything that's going around you. Things are moving a lot faster. I don't know if you noticed or not. I'm sure you have. Things are going a lot faster than before. You're doing one or two things during the day, maybe three, maybe four, and it's over. It's like 9 p.m and you started at 7. So, social media is constantly coming at you, trying to stay focused is really, really vital. And it's harder because, what I do here on this channel and everything else that I do in the film industry, it constantly keeps you going. There's constant emails, texts, messages. Um, how do you hold up? How do you sustain it? Originally when you wanted to be an artist, you sit down and you draw a painting or you do a screenplay or you do poetry or you edit a really cool video. But a lot of that has changed. There are a lot of different dynamics now that are coming at the artist. I recently read a book by Rick Rubin's, The Creative Act, The Way of Being. And I have to tell you, this guy has a lot of wonderful things to say, very insightful. Now, mind you, he's a successful music producer. Um, he doesn't, wear shoes. He's almost I would say, Eastern philosophy that he really believes in. And some of the stuff he said was quite fascinating. And one of the things that he touched on was AI. And he didn't really say in the book AI, but then he emphasized on it in later videos about what it is that he's talking about. And that is the soul of the creativity. AI can replicate it, AI can duplicate it, AI can collect all the data, make it the most fascinating thing, but inspiration is something else. And, I was watching a documentary about Elvis Presley on Netflix. Not bad, actually. The Netflix kind of stepping up their game, I think, on this one. It was pretty entertaining. And Elvis was talking about how he was moving on stage and he just couldn't help himself. He couldn't help himself move, he said. And I thought, wow, that is similar to what Rick Rubin was saying. Obviously, Elvis was way before Rick Rubin, but it's the same idea. It's the same inspiration that comes through you, and then you capture it the best as you can, and then you start dealing with mundane things in life, whatever that is. So I thought it was a good idea to come on and start talking about it. I'm doing a playlist called In Between the Lines, and I think this is part of it. I'm going to put this in there, and I'm also going to have it on my podcast clips, the conversation, and tap into that a little bit more. Get into the more details. I'm going to cover different types of folks that are pretty dominant on YouTube, speakers, podcasters, different TED Talks, just things to inspire. I think that's really important. And also keep the integrity of what I do and hopefully what you do and kind of inspire. The theme of the channel is resilience, adaptation, and inspiration. And the folks that I've talked to on my podcasts, Shan Penn, the writer, director, and producer of Four Rivers and Six Ranges about Dalai Lama. That's a podcast that's on this channel. It's amazing. This guy tells a story about how he went into the Himalayas and just shot this film with no real backing. He just did it. He rented the equipment from India. He went in there. That's inspiration. That's believing in it. When I wrote Bus 657, initially it was called Bus 757, that got Robert De Niro interested. And the film was made in 2014 and released 2015. I ran with that for 7 years. So there's something to be said. Now, going back to full circle, what I was telling you about, which is social media. I just recently got on TikTok. I'm on there, just kind of starting out, and I see every Joe, Schmo, and Larry having a commentary talking about breaking news. I mean, there's breaking news up your ass every single fucking minute. It's unbelievable. And it almost comes across to me as you're walking into this third world country with all these guys trying to sell you shit, you know? That's kind of what it comes down to, except it's digital media now. And even with AI, when AI came out and it was like, oh, this software is this software is that. I haven't seen those softwares. It's been a month. Where are they? I don't know where they're at. The algorithms, the playing games, all that stuff. And, obviously, YouTube is a wonderful platform to be able to express yourself, but YouTube also has its own algorithms. And YouTube is about the creatives, but also it's about YouTube. I mean, this is a business at the end of the day. And what I can do, and I think what you can do, hopefully, is to make the best of it and take what you can and be part of a community. And that's what we're trying to do here, is create a community. Now, back to talking to Travis Ferris. Here's a little clip that we touched on how he felt of not trying to quit and comparing his story because he was an athlete as a football player to being an actor. I hope you enjoy it. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I met Travis in an acting class, and I think the first time I saw him, this was like how many years ago, bro?
Oh man, it was right after I quit working on the rig. So it was like 2010, 2011, somewhere in there,
Yeah.
2012, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and so you came in. I remember you had cowboy boots on when you came in. Like, this guy's all right.
Yeah, man. That's my daily driver.
And the reason I asked you to come on is because I think you really understand a lot of the things that are happening within our world, which is the creative world.
My acting journey, I mean, if I had to chart it all the way back, probably as a kid, I grew up out in the middle of nowhere, a couple hours away from the biggest town. Dallas Fort Worth was like our main city hub, but the town I grew up in was about 4 or 5 thousand people then. And then I lived another 15, 20 minutes outside of it. And, we got maybe 3 or 4 channels. We're talking like no cable, no satellite, anything like that. So movies were like this escape, this place that I could go and see things. And it's something that we shared as a family. One of the very few times where my mom, my dad, myself, my sister would all sit down and like commune, like we
That's
all
awesome.
shared space and time
That's
together.
awesome.
Later on, my dad got cancer and he was home for like better part of a year.
Mhm.
Sick, man. He was sick. Beat it, survived, which was great. But he would watch these old movies, Casablanca, Treasure of the Sierra Madre, um, all kinds of old westerns, John Wayne stuff. I think that's the first time I saw The Hustler with Paul Newman, and I was
Oh,
just,
wow.
okay, wait a minute, like something else is really cool going on here. Like there's levels to this. It's not just entertainment.
Yeah.